Not again. Well, hello, everyone. Is that fine? Grumble, nope, it's still not fine. Good, thank you for this.
Focus, Crackchan, focus.
I'm trying to focus it. I'm trying to focus it. Okay, there we go. Now it's focused. Oh, that's how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Happy oh right, it's Monday. Crap. Well, you know what? We'll survive somehow. Hope you're doing well. We had a nice weekend. I had an interesting weekend. You feeling good for once? Nice. That's good. That's good. I had to write the biggest check I've ever written, technically to myself. But it was still the biggest check I've ever written. No, sorry, Gagats. Yeah, I wrote it to myself. Yeah. Because I went to a new bank here in Canada to get open savings accounts, because I want a guaranteed interest account, one that basically pays you out a guaranteed percentage over the course of however long. And the bank I was with had garbage percent. And the bank I went with, which is around the corner basically, very convenient, had 3%. Like, cool. Throw the money in. 2 years. Basically, I wrote the biggest check I could. And then my money is now locked up. I cannot touch it for 2 years. So basically, I said goodbye to all that money, in a sense. Yeah. So now I have very little of my account, but I'll get a little bit of extra through interest, eventually. In 2 years, I'll probably buy a house. No way. I can hopefully afford a condo of some kind, but like the bare minimum ones too, not even a good one. In 2 years, by my estimation, I'll be able to save up enough for the cheapest level stuff. And if I want to do more, or like if I want to do not the cheapest level stuff, when I say cheapest level stuff, I also mean 2-bed, 2-bath. Because I feel like if you're going to be buying a place, that is the minimum that I would consider like worth buying. Because below 2-bedroom is not enough. I don't feel like it's not something you should buy. I mean, you can buy it, but I'm talking about like buying and living in, not buying and renting out. So every time you say house, you mean either condo, apartment, not necessarily a house. Got it. Yeah. I don't. A house, so a 2-bed, 2-bath condo here is starts at around 700,000 realistically. The ones at my apartment complex, 2-bed, 2-bath, are $1 million. I can't afford the ones in my own apartment complex. But basically, you want to put down 20%, and 20% of 700,000 is 140K. So, yeah, welcome to the Vancouver area of Canada. Yep. At least these are in Canadian dollars. It could be worse. They could be US dollars, and the US, like in LA, and that's the prices in LA in US dollars. So, technically speaking, it's cheaper. But yeah, I can save up $140,000 plus for down payment on the bare minimum, which is honestly the biggest problem, right? The down payment is the biggest problem for, I think, a lot of people, myself included, because even if you can afford the monthly payments, if you can't afford the down payment, no one's good. No one cares. You need the down payment. So, yep. So that whole process started, basically. I wrote a big check to myself. Money is locked up. It's gone for 2 years. I hope to save up enough by that point. In 2 years. We'll see. It's a lot to save up, though. If you can afford the down payment, then your rent becomes the payments for your house. Yeah, so, well, here's straight. Basically, the more down payment you have, the bigger the house. I'll call them houses as you do. The bigger the house you can afford, right? But at the same time, because you want to put down at least 20%. So assuming you're only putting down 20%, 20,000 is an extra 100, equivalent to 100,000. So for example, if 700,000 is 140K, then 800,000 is 160K. 900,000 is 180, right? 200K down is $1 million. But the monthly rent effectively goes up. So there is always a higher limit. Of course, it also depends on how much the bank is willing to give you, but that assuming they can give you any number, right? You still gotta account for that for your just monthly expenses. Yeah, the other benefit of the Agaguts is when you buy a place, the monthly payment is more or less locked in. Right? Your monthly rent isn't really going to go up. Now, depending on where you go, there's HOA, there's other fees that might scale with the value of your place, but, right? The main thing is, like, my parents' place, I believe that when they got it, they're paying like $3,000. I think around there. I don't remember the exact number. Around $3,000 a month for rent on their house, and that is now about the amount of rent people pay for a 1 to 2 bedroom place around the area they are. And that's right, because a house, that's the thing, it doesn't go up in price. So as long as you can afford it, like relatively short term, I would almost always go say like, hey, go a little higher, as long as you can afford it, of course. Because long term, it's always going to be less, assuming you still have an income, and assuming your income actually increases every year like it should. It effectively will be cheaper over time. But yeah. Here, the longer it goes, the cheaper it gets. The first year you could pay something like 7K. Last year you could pay something like 1K. Oh, really? Why? Why is the value of the... I mean, it makes more... I'll be honest, it makes more sense for it to go down. Right? Why does the car lose its value as soon as you take it off the lot, but a house doesn't? I don't understand it. A house is older, it needs more repairs. Why is the value going up? I don't get it. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. So... go figure. Interest rates are huge. Interest rates don't make sense to me at all. Because 5% interest rate on a mortgage is doubling how much you have to pay, basically. It doubles the cost. So it's not 5%. It's 100%. Why say 5% then? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why are you saying it's like 5% when my monthly doubles if it was compared to if it was 0? So it's not 5. Is it by month? No, so for whatever reason, yeah, it's 5%, but the first month's bill is like, I don't know the exact values. Like 95% of it is going towards paying off. 95% of it is going towards interest, and like 5% is actually putting the price down. Why? I don't know. But it is. So, yeah. So it's not 5%. It's 100%. Anyway. I'm not getting a place anytime soon. Either way, maybe if all goes well for the next 2 years, I might have enough for down payment. Maybe. That is also assuming, by the way, that the prices don't go up because prices are continuously going up. So assuming that for 2 years, the entire housing market stays flat and my job does fine. And right, you see where the problem? Realistically, in 2 years, probably not. I don't know the full breakdown of how it is. You get like a 30-year mortgage here, and then it is what it is. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, so I did that this weekend. Other than that, it's pretty much. Hey, Shrill Duck, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You can only get a 200,000 house, and they're like 400,000. Yeah. If you have a $400,000 house, you're living in a great place. You're living in a fantastic place. I came from California, and there, condo 700,000 for like a 2-bedroom, and here 700,000 for a 2-bedroom. Different currency, but still the same amount. So for a house, the interest is low. The government makes low interest for houses. For causes higher, credit cards even higher. Yeah, I think that's the case, but the way it's calculated is different. I don't know enough. I'm not gonna pretend to know. You're in California. Where the hell are you finding houses for 400,000 in California? Houses in California are over $1 million. Hold on a second. Where the hell are you? You can live fighting. Are you in that middle area that no one lives? That's the only place you can think of that you can find houses for maybe for that cheap. You've been talking about crappy houses like 1-2 bedrooms? I mean, if you could find a house for 1 or 2 bedrooms in a decent area for that price, that's insane. I'm looking right now. Like, okay, here. I'm looking at San Francisco, which is kind of where I grew up. $900,000 for 2-bed, 1-bath. Just $900,000 for a 2-bed, 1-bath. It's tiny. If you want a place of land next to the water for land you could get cheaper. If you could find land, but usually where there's land, that means you don't have like much going around there. Hey Amy, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hey Mike, welcome in as well. Hope you guys are doing well. Not too bad, all things considered. It's bad. When I say houses in California over $1 million, I mean, I'm not joking. You can buy things like that that's cheaper, but I don't recommend buying a place that's like tiny. You want it to be big enough where you could have a family, right? If you're gonna buy big enough to have a family, and I feel like 2 bed, 2 bath is kind of the minimum you'd want. That if you're gonna buy and like live in for a while and maybe sell later or rent out, right? That's a different story. Obviously, any size at that point works. Big enough to house 5 cats for you. You've seen houses around here smaller that cost for more. Yeah, it depends on where it is, for sure. Because here, if you want, like the square footage on them is good, but here's a 2 bed, 1 bath again, 1.3 million. So yeah, compared to the other one, this one's great. But like, it's 2 bed, 1 bath, or 1.3 million. This is USD. This isn't even a good area. This is not a good area. I'll tell you that. $650 HOA fees. It's just insane. Do you have any vids or know a way to spawn a PCG point in a specific location and then randomly spawn blueprints from an array in that location? Yes, my recent videos show how to do that. How to spawn points in specific locations. And spawning a blueprint, you just do... you expose the array to the graph. Can you do arrays? I need to look into arrays. I'm not sure how arrays work. I don't think I've actually tried arrays. You can do arrays in data assets. Yeah, you could do an array, and then you could do a match a set of attributes, and it'll pick a random one. I've seen people buy a 150 by 150 for $1 million. Jesus Christ. That's why you have to buy 1,000 acres in Montana for $50 and build there. Yeah, but the thing is, do you want to live in Montana in the middle of nowhere we have obviously won't have any electricity or internet service or anything, right? So there's a reason why people live in certain areas, like Tokyo, right, is extremely populated. It's one of the most... Is it one of them, or is the most populated city in the world? I don't remember which one it is. It's one of or the. But people live there because you have everything there. That's why people don't live in the countryside. I mean, people do, but right, percentage-wise. Same thing with like major cities just in America, right? People live in like clusters, and there's like everyone else is slightly spread out, but the main ones are just clusters of all the major cities, because that's just how it is. People want to live close by, and so it makes sense. All makes sense. Anyway, and now talking about things we can't afford. One day. One day we'll have money. All of us. One day. Convenience is huge. Like I love like where I am, my apartment complex, I love the location of it. If I go 2 blocks in any direction, I think it's worse. But I learned that my 1-bedroom apartment that I'm renting out right now was $500,000 or so, in the $550,000 range when I bought it. When it was bought in 2022, and now it's $750,000. So my 1-bedroom apartment currently costs estimated at $750,000, which is insane. Move to 1,000 Trails. I do not know where that is. I'm sure it's lovely. It's yeah. Things here have not been great in terms of all that stuff. Hey, ZZ, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. So, Unreal, huh? I fixed the problem, and the fix does not make sense. I'm currently spamming shift in a direction, and it's working. And like I speak right up, where you can see my character is facing the same way as the direction I dashed. Now, it's up there, but I think I might have clicked like down for a fraction of a second longer. And the fix doesn't make any sense to me. I'll be honest. I'll show you the fix, but the fix makes no sense to me. Maybe one of you guys, who's quite a lot smarter than me, can figure out why this works. You get a membership for $50 a month, or a cabin for $153 a month. If you can have a place to live that cheap, you're either in the middle of nowhere. You're probably in the middle of nowhere. He said cabin. Yeah, I'll do it. So this is my dash. When I use a keyboard and mouse, I set the actor rotation to be whatever I need to based on the directionality. And then I was basically doing a forward vector, right? And moving my character along the forward vector. Now, I'm like, okay, well, maybe the problem is because forward vector doesn't move instantaneously as you rotate the actor. I was like, okay, let me try just, doing a actor rotation and then doing the forward vector this way. Right? Instead of this one, I was like, okay, let me do it based off the rotation. Because that way, like, it doesn't matter if the actual forward vector is wrong. I set the rotation, right, just here, right? I set the rotation and he's facing correctly, so then I should be good, right? No, this didn't work either. That for whatever reason didn't work either. I don't understand why. So then I add a delay. And for whatever reason, adding a delay after the rotation has to go the right way. If I set this to 0 and I do Shift W, Shift S, see, I went up even though I face down. So Shift up, Shift down, Shift up. I'm facing up, but I went down. But you just saw the rotation happens before the movement. And clearly I'm looking up. So I was like, okay. I don't understand why. I tried putting originally I tried putting delays before the rotation because like, you know what, if maybe it needs a moment to realize I'm holding the buttons down, so I'll do like a delay, and I put delays before the rotation. Didn't help. It's only after, and I think I did get away with like 0.02, not 0.05. Nope, 0.02 is not enough. But yeah, I don't know why I had to put in after the rotation that I need to put the delay in. Whenever you return the new rotation from set direction WASD and you use the rotation in your function that moves. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I used the value, right? I did get actual rotation, right? I got the rotation, and I used the forward vector from the rotation. That didn't work. Instead of using the actor's forward rotation, I used it from the rotation. Sorry, instead of using the actor's forward vector, I used it from the rotation. It didn't work. Because I guess, screw me. I don't know why. Hey, Stormrun, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. So, yeah, I just want to share my, just want to share my value, I guess. Don't use forward rotation. Just pass it in since you just said it. Yeah, I said it. And then I'm getting that value here. All right. So, yeah. So here's where I use it. There's a forward vector, start location, all that good stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why I need to delay it after I rotate.
Ads are here.
It works
Pausing
though.
for ads.
Down left, down. Oh, sorry. Top right, top left, top right. I know my left, my rights. I'm holding down for just a second longer. That's why he was facing there. But he's going the right way with a delay. And any mistakes at this point, I feel like are just me, fumbling the buttons at the right time. So, yeah, fixed, I guess. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen Sunday's video. I wasn't expecting it to do as well as it did. It's a confusing one for me. Now, it's not like my top video. It's just above average, but the watch time on it is like a full almost like a full minute above my average. I don't know why. I thought people, because I give the information that I feel is needed within like 2 minutes of that video. And yet people are watching it more than the others. I clearly don't understand what people want or need. Clearly. It's one of the videos that I think are going to do craply do well. And the videos that do well, that I think are going to do well, do shittily. I don't understand it. I'll show my stats. Like, see, up, 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 and this one is the big one. This is like a minute higher than average. Also, I don't understand. This is up, this is up, this is up. 4 out of 10. How is everything? How is this high? And I still cannot get the higher views. I don't understand. But again, this is insane to me. So thank you guys for watching. That's the moral of the comment. Thank you guys for watching. If they're using the nav, I think it's because I'm not using nav. It's my player. I'm doing nothing with navigation because it's the player, not AI. Have I used the KS fracture much? Go watch one of my recent videos. I think from a week ago. And then you might want to check your Discord notifications. So, on Friday, we finished the second boss. Which means we have one boss left. One boss left to actually set up with our new system. And make awesome. And that's where I'm going to be starting today. This guy. Working on this guy. So, right now, he doesn't really do much interesting stuff. He walks around. He does a... Okay, he bugs out because... Don't worry about it. And then every 25% lost... It should still work, hopefully. Just give him a moment. No, it doesn't. He just... The animations don't play. Never mind. He was doing a laser that rotates around, following the player. So that was what it did, but we needed him to be more interesting, of course. So we figure out what he's gonna do. You have a question about PCG and trying to add variation where one area has a stronger density filter than another. How would you recommend doing that? Put the graph in two places. Set up one to have higher than the other. Done. What you're doing right now is setting the 3 damage thresholds to 1 and letting an invisible sphere fall on your fractured crystal. Is used to work fine. Nice. That works. Sometimes the solution is just simple. You need one area denser than another? Is that the only thing? Just make 2 graphs, one's denser than the other, put them in where you want. You have the controls. Just expose it as a parameter. So what do we do about this guy? Actually, let me see. Maybe I should load up to see if I have any other animations that we can grab like before. Because I am thinking of potentially utilizing his boosters and making him do like still the swipe attacks, but maybe he does like a booster thing. We'll need an effect for that, but maybe there is one. Uh, Instead of using a density filter node to filter trees or rocks out, you need like a gradient filter. So in one area, it filters more nodes than another to add more graduate. If you want a gradient, use any actor or use a position information or something. Use a distance node, and then you can use the distance to filter out however you like. If that's, then you can add more points potentially and do it multiple times and things of that nature. Let's see. We theoretically could use one of the effects here, but let's go actually back to characters, maps. Why is there a Boris map? What is this map? This is a map with just the character. That is not what I was expecting. I thought maybe animations as a global thing, like to show it off, but nope. Sample a larger grid with random noise and then use a distance query. Then a macro grid. Use a distance on the density filter input. Yeah, you can filter by density, so which will hopefully give you a good amount of control. Why are you facing Y forward? I just realized, why are you Y forward? Why are you not X forward? What? Are they? I guess they're all Y forward. Because I haven't read any of them. Spent a month trying to learn the perfect learning to perfect your landscape BCG, and it did work very well. But you have found that foliage tool is better for frames. How? How is the foliage tool better for frames? I think you're just not setting it up. You realize you can spawn foliage with BCG, right? I think you're just not set. I think you're just missing some settings and some optimizations, because PCG is just a point scatter. You could spawn foliage with PCG. This is a great loop. Same setup, same map. You do the foliage tool and add 5 FPS better on your map. Yeah, the problem is probably you did the same setup. That's probably the problem. Also, hand-painted foliage does not give you the control PCG has, right? So you're also losing on that. Keep that in mind. I'm not saying not to do it. That is silly. I don't think we're gonna get any other. Yeah, I have all this. Wait, that's like opposite? You can place a single blade of grass with foliage tool? Yeah. You have to manually place every single blade of grass with the foliage tool. Well, with PCG, you could tell it where to place everything automatically and do it in seconds. Yes. If you're insane enough to place by individual, yeah, you could do it. May God have mercy on your soul if you're on your sanity, really, not your soul. If you're gonna be doing it, though. Are there more channels in Discord? I mean, more channels in what regard? Is there a channel you're trying to find, ZZ? You say more channels, like I can see exactly what channels you're saying. There's a PCG section if that's what you're referring to. No. Okay. If you want a tree, and then you want shrubbery around it, but you want denser shrubbery next to it, less shrubbery away from it, and you want to specifically have it be taller next to it and then shorter away from it, I can't wait to watch you do this with the foliage. Let's say you want that set up everywhere. I will gladly watch you try to do that with a foliage tool, because that's gonna be hell on earth. You don't see the PC channel? Go to channels and roles and give yourself the roles you for channels you want to see. So we're not getting any new animations. You've never been in channels and roles? When you first join the Discord, it asks you to answer a bunch of questions. Like, it asks you, what are you interested in? Or like, and then it gives you channels based on your answer. If you click skip, then you get nothing. But then you chose to skip. But it shows you that as soon as you enter. Paint the tree, lower size. Paint the middle, lower size. Paint the far away. It's not going to be perfect. Right? Right? It's not going to be perfect. Because if you lower it, there's not a transition. You just have bigger and then smaller. You don't have a transition, which is what I said. There's a bunch more channels. Yeah, you just have to you enable what you want to see. Hey Kyle, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Do you or will you be making any tutorials on landscape patches used alongside PCG? I already made a tutorial for that. I made a tutorial on that a while back. You go check out. You probably search just patches. The word patches probably will bring it up on my channel. Oh yeah, this is the ultimate. I'd love to know the context where this animation plays. I think he jumps up. I think he's meant to jump up and then slam down, maybe? I don't know what he's supposed to be doing here. I mean, that's a pretty good run that I might actually use. Although, why? Oh, it's downhill. That's why. Also, I just realized I can drag out new ones. There you go. What's the difference between this and the regular run? Jog forward. Okay, so this is the regular jog forward. That's what I'm using. This just makes him run faster. This is just basically a sprint. Okay. Okay, well. What do we do with him? Sounds good, Zizi. You came back in the room and your cat was trying to catch your monster. I mean, was he successful? Well, the first screenshot is really nice, Zizi. I like the atmosphere. Looking nice. I'm working on today. We're getting ready to figure out what are we doing for the third boss and his abilities. So we can get him a nice multi-phase setup for him. I'm trying to see if there was any new animations I can grab, but it doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it, unfortunately. This is just so silly. Just so silly. Okay. No new animations. Okay. So we have, in that case, what? We have this. We have a double melee attack. And we have a single melee attack. We have a roar upwards. Oh, so a roar forward, which is the one I was using for his laser. That's why it's 16 directional. And a roar upwards. So, okay, if we're going to be having him shoot a laser, right? Because that's what he does. I don't know why he doesn't do it right now, but... Oh, I think I know why. I can probably set it up. It's probably because... Oh, it's AAC enemy, no? I thought I didn't have it set up, but no, I have it set up. A controller. Odd then. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Because he fires the laser, the cannon laser thing. And let's see if I can get him to fire it at the beginning. So, Event graph. Events, begin play. Parent function. I want to do beam attack. Okay, will you do it now? Okay, well, it almost did it. Why did he stop? I just wanted... Does the roar on pause animation? Shoot the laser, damn it! I just want to do a test. I just... Why? Oh, fire laser, no. Why you don't do anything? Stupid. Stupid. For Chaos Fractures, does it already have a radial force somehow? Like Fracture Creator has an explosion amount? I am not an expert on fractures, as I say in the tutorial. Not sure what the best way to do it is. With it being 2D, I bet you could put a bunch of enemies on screen. I mean, yes and no. It doesn't. 2D doesn't change the fact that their collision box is still. I'm still using the capsule, so it still has. They have 3D space. So in that regard, it's the same. You'll figure it out, Zizi. I believe. I believe. On pause animation. What did I do that broke this? Pause animation. Pause animation. Is it this one? No, it's the other one, right? I jump to attack target. Oh, you should be able to get rid of all of the rest of this. Slow movement speed? No. Where is pause animation? Oh, why do I have... This does nothing. Ba, 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 ba. Where's this being called then? Where is it from? What? I have a function, and it's overridden, but I'm not using it anywhere. Is that what I'm saying? I think that's what I'm saying. Hold on a second. Hold on. No. I want to put it before. One moment. Is this the problem? I don't know how that disappeared. God damn it.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Are you expecting the particle system to spawn, or what are you trying to wait for? Yeah, it's supposed to spawn, but it's not spawning because I broke things. I need to find what I broke because I'm going to need to make it rework again, so... We see with 10 skeleton meshing components for module equipment, just works your CPU. Oh, 10 skeleton mesh components? Oh, dear God, why do you have 10? Well, yeah, that'll probably do it. Probably because you have armor and equipment and that, all that kind of stuff, I imagine. Be the blueprint, put the geometry collection inside of it, added a sphere inside the geometry collection. Made the sphere invisible and provides radial force on by itself. Nice. Very nice. All right, well, this is the wrong one still. This is what I want. Yeah, we'll deal with it after the ads. Okay, let's do this. Delay. And then resume playback. That's all we do here. I don't know what happened to this. Why it disappeared, but I guess it's back now. And then I can do on pause animation here. There, okay, there's our beam back. Okay. The beam is back. He's not rotating. That's probably on me, but at least the beam is back. Just do set the fire laser to be true. On pause animation, it does say so I shouldn't need to do this. Why you no do this? Oh, because I have no store attack target. That's why. Get game mode, reference. Get player reference. Bam. Bam, bam. Because we're not going to be using that later anyway. Let's do one of these. There we go. Now he's doing it. So this is the oh god, he never stops. Oh god, it hurts. So basically, every 25% of his health lost, he was doing that attack. Right? But aside from that, he's doing the melee attacks. Oh, I know why he wasn't working. It's because you are supposed to be using this, but I disabled it, so yeah, you are gonna be broken. So if I do this, that should fix that again. I think. Yeah. So he does that, right? He does jump attacks. And like it's cool, I guess. But it's not very it's not very interesting. So here's what I'm thinking. How we make him interesting. Okay? Put him here. So we still have regular melee. Right? Let's make this. Right. So let's say we'll have phase 1. Let's say 2, 3. So phase 1, give him a huge rack. Well, yes, that would be a benefit, I think, to everyone. I just unfortunately do not have the character modeling skills to give him a huge rack. Because I would, but you need to have that animated, and without jiggle physics, what's the point? Also, thank you, Gus, for confirming that you're a furry. But because we unfortunately cannot do that, valid Victoria. I appreciate the effort you did in trying to say that. Okay, phase 1. We'll do melee jump attacks, right? Just melee jump attacks. I might reorder them. Actually, instead of phases, this is going to be what can we do? We can do melee jump attacks. We can do a big laser. That does, 360 rotation. Well, not 360 rotation. Oh, it does, yes, it does 360 rotation, but it follows the player. So you need to stay within a certain radius of him, so you can keep your movement can keep up, staying behind him because it hurts a lot. So now here's the stuff that I'm thinking of adding to make it more interesting. Okay, we have a small laser. Okay. The small laser will just go in a single line. But ooh, see, the idea is good, but no, the small laser could work still. It'll be instantaneous. But when he starts it and then he shoots it, he's not going to rotate towards you. So he's going to do the attack, but as long as you're moving, you should be able to avoid it. If you're like there standing and attacking, maybe you'll get caught out. So small laser. Make him jump up and land on the player, and you can see a sphere shadow below it. I already have something similar with a great spider, so I don't want to reuse the same thing. But the spider doesn't jump on you, but he goes in the air and then comes down. But what I want to do is use a booster on the back of him. And the booster is going to launch him maybe like a homing missile. Towards the player. And I'm thinking the way you would counteract the booster attack, where he just basically just launches himself at you, is you have to hit him. And if you hit him before he hits you effectively, then it stops the attack. But otherwise, he'll hit you. Maybe the boss rages and makes the turn speed faster, so you have to run away and take cover behind a pillar. The reason why I don't want to do hide behind the pillar, because then you just hide behind the pillar the entire time. The problem with the pillar is, like, why would I not? Unless I make it so the boss can destroy pillars. So that is a possibility. We can absolutely make it so the boss can destroy pillars, which means that the booster could also destroy pillars. You just now realizing it's game design time, Guts. Welcome back to the stream. So, okay. What other thing can we add? Do we want to add anything? I wish I had little rockets. Because that would be awesome. Because then I could just have him shoot like rockets in the back from behind him, but I don't have anything like that. You guys worked out by game design time? I don't have robots to summon, but I am thinking of having him summon things. Because I don't have anything that's... I mean, the spider phase has something that, you know, is an in-between phase. It works for the spider because the spider, like, leaves. And it's also like a PoE mini boss that exists. The thing, like, I don't have anything bear-like or robot-like except him. He's the only bear and the only robot that I have. You can do an explosion, you have to walk away from him to not take damage. I mean, that's just normal for any explosion. You just need to move away. Let me look at the animations one more time. The roar upwards. Currently, he does this roar upwards. Right before he does, you know, the laser attack, basically. What if I have a laser that comes from the sky and hits like from sky up down laser? Yeah, an orbital cannon. Would we? Would I want to? That okay. Here's what I'm thinking then. This can be part of the last phase. So whenever the last phase is, he can roar into the air and spawn a slow-moving, constantly following the player orbital cannon that comes from the sky. Red circles on the ground with the delay. No. What I'm imagining is following the player. So if the player moves from here to here, the laser that's following him is going to go from here to here. Now, it's not going to go the same speed as the player. So, you know, it might get to, like, let's say here. But the point is, it'll just continuously move towards the player during the last phase. Whatever the last phase will be. Can he launch grenades? The problem is I don't have any animations to launch anything. Well, let me rephrase. I have animations that I can use. I can have him do it with... I can do everything with this animation. He can launch it at this point. He can come. It can come from behind him. I want to have him launch rockets at the player because that would be cool. But I don't have. I think rockets would be if he shot like, let's say, like 10 rockets. Not very like big rockets, not very hard hitting rockets, but then they shoot out and then just go and just like with a slight delay randomly shoot towards the player. That could be cool. Theoretically, all I would need to do is have some kind of rocket, and then the rest is just effects. Rocket assault. So what we're really doing is showing that he's actually going, surprisingly enough, he's not going to be very melee focused, which is good. Right, because we have ranged, goes to you, effectively ranged, like it's good against ranged, only melee. The problem I'm having right now is this one, the start of this one, the animation's all the same for them. The animation's all the same. I'll need to figure out some way of making it slightly different. Whether it's speed, delays, holds, or something. That'll be for me to figure out. Okay. How do you fight him as melee? So let's think about this. If you're melee, the big laser has a notification. The small laser should have a pause as well. He will not use the booster at melee. He'll only boost to you like a homing torpedo if you're ranged. Orbital cannon doesn't matter what you are. If you're melee, it's going to be more of a pain in the ass, though. That's for sure. And this is... You can do it as melee, and then you have notifications. You start moving around. Okay. What else can we do? What else can we do? Do we need anything else? This honestly might be enough. Okay, let's assume this is enough. Let's assume this is enough. phase 1. Okay. In phase 1, what are we having him do? We wanted to have it be relatively simple. So I think we go melee jumps in phase 1. I don't think I want him to do anything else. This is gonna be a short phase. Let's say that the first 10% of his life, it's gonna be melee jump. This is gonna be a very short one. Then after that one, in phase 2, we will introduce the rocket assault. So we still have, all right, you still have melee jump. We also have the rocket assault. He starts to shoot rockets at you. When will I want to do this one? Okay. In phase 3, we might move some stuff around in just a moment. Phase 3 is... No, I'm just gonna not include what's... I'm gonna assume that he always does what's before it as well. We're building on top of it. So in phase 3, we also then start getting a small laser attack. And the booster. And then we can do a phase 4. Which is where we get the orbital cannon on top of everything else. Have a good one, Zizi. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. So basically, as he gets more damage, he'll gain more attacks. Also, when do we want to do the big laser? So, the big laser should happen separately, I think separately from these, every 25%. Which would be a nice, simple one. So he's going to do it at 75, at 50, and at 25% health left. He's going to do the big laser that does the entire room. Which is going to be separate from these. So at 10%, he'll do this. Let's say at 30%, he'll start doing, let's write this differently. Let's do this differently. Let's do at 90% here. At 90%, he'll get to phase 2. At 60%, He'll get to phase 3. %30%. But you just say that for now. The last phase at 30% might be a little much. Honestly, I feel like this last one should be 25% right after the big laser. So let's do, at 25% left, he'll do this. %45%. Almost half of his life is within phase 3. So I don't want to do 50 here. I don't want to transition during the bag laser again. Okay. In that case, let's do... Let's do another transition. We'll have the booster happen here, and then we can do this at 40%. The booster's not going to affect things too much, I imagine. But you will move because of the smaller laser and rocket assault, so you could get caught out by this.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it terrible? I imagine it's terrible. I'm not thrilled about having it so separate out. Also, the booster is cool, but I could split it off on the laser. I could make it simple and just do it every 25%. And that's where the transitions happen. Maybe that is the way to do it. Maybe that is the way to do it. We'd have the first part being melee jump and then rocket assault. First 25%. Second 25% would be adding the small laser. You already saw the big laser at that point. Third 25%. I think the problem is we don't have enough variants to do it this broken up. If we broken it up to thirds, always I have the laser at 25%. So it really benefits having 20. What other thing can we do for him? Remove this. I'm just going to leave it on the percentages. it'll make it make more sense because it's not really it's phases, but the main thing is the percentage. So at 90%, he gets rocket assault. Let's think about this. Okay, if we have at 90%, he gets rocket assault. At 50%, he gets smaller laser. So really, not 50%, 75%. And this will be 50 then. The fact that it doesn't affect the melee range is fine. You just won't do it at point blank range, basically. If you're a little bit further out, he might do it. You need to be like, okay, you need to be a decent distance for the booster. Small laser. I mean, I think that's a good variety of attacks. It's very different from the other ones. I guess let's go with this. We can go with this and see how it works. We could start with the rocket assault and try to figure out how to make that work. Because basically the way I imagine it happening is if this is the character and he's facing this way, they come out from the back and then just like hover there. And then after a moment, it shoots straight at the player. And then after a moment, the next one goes, then the next one goes, the next one goes. So they don't all get fire at the same time. Yeah. Okay. How the hell are we going to do this? Okay. Step one is making that ability. Well, step one is, do we have a rocket? Can I get a rocket shaped thing free on Fab? Rocket. Free. I mean, these are not bad. I mean, honestly, good enough. But I mean, I feel like it's too long of a miss. I always want like little stubby ones or stubbier ones. Oh yeah, more like this. They're gonna be small. .27 to 5. Interesting. Wait, 10 blueprints for what? Oh, it has a visual effects thruster. If this is a part of it, if it has a VFX thruster, that would be very nice. I mean, let's take a look. Uh, 5.0 version, please. Missile AGM-114 West. Does it mean he only shoots west? Why is there a shared folder? Only west. I love how there's a folder called projectiles. Inside that is the name of the why is there an animation blueprint for this? Why does it have bones? Why is it a skeletal mesh? What? Oh, it's a skeletal mesh to control the flaps. We'll be converting it ourselves. Okay, Niagara effect. Okay. You know what? We can use this. We can... What can I control? Dust color, smoke color, spawn rate, wind speed. I want to control the distance. Where's this jet fire? Oh. Okay. So this is the one I want. Con angle. That's not what's doing it. Oh, it's a mesh renderer. Hold on. Scale mesh by size. Got it. So I need to separate it out into XYZ, and then I can scale it, potentially. If I wanted to. Good enough. Okay. But let's clean this up into things I actually care about. So let's move it here. I don't need you anymore. This is going to be our missile. Can I delete this entire shared folder? Or is it using materials? I see materials there and textures. Okay. No, it's material here and textures. I'm so confused. I'll be honest. I want to know the person who is taking this rocket and wants finite enough control where they want to adjust the fins, but they're also okay with it being this low res. at the same time. Because that means you can't come close to this thing without seeing that it is low res in both geo and texture resolution. Because if you're too far away, you're not going to notice the fins moving, really. Right? I feel like it's very much a... Okay, let's convert to a static measure. Missile, let's put it in here. Can I delete the old... Delete you now? Why can't I delete this folder? I can't delete this folder. Why not? Why won't you let me delete this folder? It's fine, guys. It's fine. I'm sure there's no issues. So let's double check that. This is the material that's applied to it. Yep. And these are the textures. Yes. So, I mean, again, I'll ask the stupid question. What the shit is all this? Game mode, game state, HUD, showcase. Yeah, I think there's a little bit too much here. Get rid of all of this. I wanted a missile and an effect. I don't need all that. To be fair, for free, you know, you get quite a bit. Niagara system. Oh god, what is it using? What is it using? Okay, it's using this. Fine, let's move the master materials. Over. Static meshes. It probably also needs. Reorganize this. Okay, now can I kill the share folder? As long as it doesn't get the Niagara system, I'm fine. It does not get the Niagara system. NS West Missile, I don't see it here. Goodbye. Goodbye to all of it. And watch, I messed up and actually needed it. Of course it then closes everything that I had open pretty much. Thanks. Why are you broken? God damn it, what? Oh, goddamn. Ah! I missed one. I missed one for the master material of this thing. Of course I did. I mean, to be fair, I don't really need anything fancy, so screw it. I'm gonna make my own. Because I don't need anything fancy. Missile. Normal goes in there. What the hell is arm? What the hell is arm? Rough RM is roughness metallic. I'm assuming. That looks like occlusion. That does not look like an A. That looks like an O. So I'm going to treat it as occlusion. Roughness, metallic. Also, I don't know if I'm the only one that this has always been like something that I've noticed. Metallic, something can be metallic. Specular, something is specular. Roughness, something isn't roughness. It can have roughness, right? Roughness would be like metalness. Why is it roughness? Why is it just rough? Metallic, rough, specular. Why is it not consistent? I don't know. I noticed that very early on, and whenever I try to be like, put it consistently as it does with Unreal, it always throws me off. I'm sorry, what is it doing? What is it? Does it have LODs? It does. It does have LODs. Your main thing is 367 triangles. I think I can survive without LODs. Let's, number of LODs. 1. There we go. Because it's gonna be small and away from camera, I don't want it crunching. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we have that now. I don't need you. Why are you skeleton mesh? Where are you even? Where do you even exist still? Here. Okay. I moved the master material folder, and it wasn't the that had the master materials. Basically, I can get rid of the master materials. Oh no, I still need it for the Nagra system. Okay, well, I can get rid of some of the stuff. Oh, you know what I can do? I just realized what I can use. I have this guy. I have the cleaner. He can help me get rid of all the extra crap. Oh, but I need to put the, it's going to tell me everything is garbage. So I'm going to put this out here and this out here. Why you have no materials? I specifically didn't delete anything that was using... This is not my fault. This is Unreal's fault. This is Unreal's fault. I specifically did not delete anything that said it was using the effect. Is there a recent section? There probably isn't, right? No, there's no recent section because fuck you, that's why. New Fab login. How did I download it before? If it, you know what? There it is again. Active project. Yeah, it's just give it to me. Just I just didn't want all the extra shit. That's all. I just didn't want all the extra shit. Okay, fine. Let's do this. I'll move you to here. Here as well. Okay. So then what do I need for this rocket? And then this effect. Save everything. And then use this thing. Hello, Liquid Tea. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. When you drink something, you're really just spilling it on yourself, but on the inside. Well, yes, that's called drinking. But also, that is too broad of a definition because you can spill it in your ears and it's not drinking. You could, you know, inhale it through your nose, but still not drinking. So, it has to go through your mouth. It has to go in a certain way. There's a little more to that definition that does fall apart once you start, you know, looking into it further, but so all of this I can delete. If you think about it, ghosts could be ninjas wearing camouflage. That's you know, that's a little far-fetched because that assumes I believe in ninjas. And I'm not a, you know, I'm not crazy out there, you know. And I don't believe in weird stuff. Hopefully we're there. Thank you. I'm gonna delete all the level stuff. I don't need it. Apparently I needed the level stuff. Also, great anime. Highly recommend. Hey, holy crap. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. More time. I don't need the level stuff. I don't need any of these blueprints, skeletons, and all that. It's being used in what? Animation blueprints, physical assets. Yeah, I don't care about any of that. Okay. One more time. We're gonna delete some stuff. Also, if you've never seen this, Project Cleaner is a free plugin that just tells you files that are not being used. To be like, oh, okay, like all this stuff is not being used. This entire material folder. Here's all the files. I don't need them anymore. Go ahead and delete them. They're not at any level that is being used. So I have the shared. Here we go. Like all these blueprints, levels, and materials folders. Everything. Goodbye. Delete empty folders. Yes. And now it says within this folder, everything is being used. 0%. So like my testing folder, right, 100% of it is for testing, so that's why. Splash folder, obviously. Inside the missile folder, I can delete the entire missile folder actually, because that's no longer a thing. So I'll just delete the entire folder because I'm going to need to. Delete. Yes. And now
Ads
we're
are
good.
here. Pausing for ads.
Materials. This is the effects that can move. Now I can organize it. And this is particle stuff. Hey, okay. Ah, renaming it. Okay. There we go. Now it's all inside the missile folder. Yay! What is this from? Oh, it's the EQS testing pawn. I could probably delete that. Is referenced by the following actors or assets. A controller 0. That's fine. That's odd. That's fine. It shouldn't be, so. Okay, so now with this, we can finally start figure out how the hell we do this effect. And I'm gonna make it so this effect can work with the player as well. Because I'll tell you this. That would be an awesome power-up. Like it's an active item where you can just shoot rockets and they'll just home to like enemies. I think that would be really cool. So we're gonna design it so we can use it as well, of course. Okay. So step 1. Let's actually move this to. I want to move it to abilities. Move here. Of course, I didn't move it properly. There we go. Abilities. Where's the missile? Missile. Okay. So, you blueprint class actor. Missile assault. Well, so we need two blueprints, right? Because we need a blueprint that spawns the rockets and one for the rockets. And actually, we're gonna need 3. We're going to do this the same way we did the should I just reuse? I might reuse a previous one I did. I think I'm going to reuse. I want pickups. How many orbs? This. I'm going to reuse this. Copy all of it. Right, because we have this. Right? Play it. Right. It spawns these little orbs. But we can modify this. Here again to do a PCG thing, and of course you're lost again. Spawning your Yucca plants. Nice. I mean, if you're lost on something, you can ask. I don't guarantee that I'll be able to help, but you can always ask. So, first of all, I don't think I did. I didn't do an. I didn't. Okay. Go back. This is where advanced copy is what you want, not world. So what I was meant to do was take all of these and not copy it. Advanced copy here. That's what we want to do. Advanced copy. Because now, if I open this and I navigate to it, it grabs the one that I copied, not the original. Anyway, anyone use Ludus AI? I've never heard of it. There's so many AIs out there that I'm not surprised I've not heard of it. So this thing is instead going to be you. We also don't want it to do the material stuff. So I don't need to do the custom color and all that. Where's it getting the color from? Ah, it was overridden. That's why. So that's step 1. We'll need to probably adjust the size of it. I don't doubt that. Flying one again, same thing. Place, delete. Hopefully it's fine. Something tells me it isn't, because this is 0.1 in scale, and this one's 1. Why is it not consistent? Why is it not consistent? Okay, well, let's just see how it works. You think you need to rewatch again one of my videos on BCG because you forgot everything? Do it. Watch them all. Watch them all. Many times. Put this back into 1.0. What's the collisions on this? It's blocking worlds. Oh, wait, hold on. Does this thing have collisions? Probably not because I made it. Nope, it does not have collisions. Let's do add box simplify collision. There we go. All right. You forgot all of it too, guys? Good, excellent. That means you guys can rewatch all my videos, which gives me more watch time, which is great. You have a latest video on version 5.5? I mean, my latest video uses 5.5. Yes. All videos that have been made since 5.5 released have been on 5.5. I'm not sure I follow. I mean, it's not exactly how I was imagining it spawning. But it's funny. I think it's not doing it properly because I'm not doing this. So it's using its mass. Choo, choo, choo. Okay. Why does it face upwards? Why isn't it like this one and facing forwards towards X? Make new route. Problem solved. Okay, so now it's we gotta play around with we need to give it an age. Well, we don't have to give it an age, but we should give it an age. And also make it so it doesn't turn that much. I don't remember which one I need to do for that. Let's see if we can figure it out. Because previous we did. So it's in the settings. Rotate follows velocity. Yes. Homing acceleration magnitude. Magnitude of our acceleration towards the homing target. Overall, velocity magnitude will still be limited by max speed. So if I made this 100 times bigger, what happens? No, that is absolutely the speed. Okay. It lies to me. Rotation time. Time over which most of the rotation interpolation occurs. When the updated component target moves ahead of the interpolation component. So if I made this 0, okay, that means it should rotate towards me pretty much no matter what. No. That is not the value I want. What is the value? Max distance behind updated component, which the interpolation component is allowed to lag. Gee, you got so many videos, you have a headache now? Just play them on loop, honestly. Yeah, just play all of them on loop. It should help. Okay, let's see if I can find the homing setting thing. Homing acceleration magnitude. Does he show us the setting? Okay, so this doesn't look the way I expected it to, so I hope he changes it now. So where is it? Yeah, okay, gravity 0. That doesn't get us the result probably you want, right? Wait, you don't show how to adjust that? God damn it. The entire video does not cover the one question I had. I love it when autosave stops you from typing. Homing doesn't have that as an option. Okay, you know what? ChatGPT. I'm using on engine 5. And have the projectile movement component set to home. How do I make it so, or what control affects how quickly it turns to face towards? Let's see if we can find out. The response to the homing projectiles, how quickly it just is primarily governed by the homing acceleration magnitude. But this also increases the speed. Oh, limited by max speed. But my max speed, I guess, is 0. So if I set max speed to 1,000. So it was that setting. It was just... Okay. And now if I change this to just 2. It... Okay. 1,000. I'm confused. Oh, I probably also want to turn off gravity. That'll help. Okay. So now let's go back and set this to 0. Okay. 1. Why does it stand up? Straight up. Why does it do that? I don't like the fact that it does that. Okay, so... Okay, so I think what I want is for it not to be homing. I think I just don't want it to be homing. I just want to set the rotation of it and then shoot it in that direction. Because, right, I just wanted to go towards... I need to fix this. Why is it like this? How is it like this? I copy you. Paste you in. I mean, I have questions. Okay, what if we do this? Why is it stand up? Why does it stand up? Why? You. The video is too fast for your poor brain. You gotta stop every second to catch up. What video is too fast? Out of curiosity. And how is it too fast? Yes, sir, making games with real-time PCG. Well, dense does not mean fast. There's a difference. Dense is not fast. I mean, well, like, would you want... I can't talk slower. That's just not possible for me. Right. So, I speak at native English speaker speed. So I don't want to speak slower. But too many cuts in the video editing? Well, you're not meant to be following it step by step as you watch it. I show it to you. Yeah. And then you can use that information. You see how I did it. And then you can recreate it for yourself. But yeah, if you try to follow it step by step as I do it, then yeah, that'll be difficult. I think native speakers have no problem with it, most likely, because a lot of people say they like it. So I imagine because most of my people watch are native English speakers. I imagine for them it's not a problem. Probably if it's not your main language, then it becomes more difficult. You do it the first setup. Do it the first setup, and then you rebuild another one in your style. Yeah, fuck ESL. Even if I'm technically ESL. By very small technicality. The language speed isn't a problem for you? The only thing I cut out of videos is pause time. Like, just me like, and then like saying the next sentence. And the only other thing that I cut out is, that's it. I mean, if I'm saying like, and then you grab X node, I also cut out time where if I don't type in every single letter, right? I've told you what it is verbally. You don't need to watch me type every letter to get the same node. You already know the node because I said it verbally. So stuff like that I cut out. And like just dragging, if it's just dragging, I'm not doing anything else, and I already said what I'm going to connect, then I cut that out. Right? I cut out a lot of wasted time, in my opinion, so I don't waste your time. Hey, Leo, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, that's the time it gives you breathing time. Yeah, that is the time. I mean, it's very dependent, right, on the preference on tutorial. That, like, I skip that. That's why most tutorials I watch at 1.5 or 2x speed because of those things. Because I'm like, okay, what are the nodes? Just, how do you do it? What are the nodes? Kind of thing. Give me the instructions. I don't need a 30-minute video that can be 20 minutes. That's basically it. But it's personal preference, right? Everyone learns differently, and my style might not necessarily be the style for you, and that's fine. Welcome in, Leo. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. UA Material Lab stuff is Epic. Well, it's made by Epic. I can't believe you didn't add in every inhale and exhale. I know. I'm terrible. I cut all that stuff out. I know. Oh, hold on. Well, it's getting the actor transform. Why? I don't understand why it rotates it. Why does it do that?
Ads are
Why?
here. Pausing for ads.
STF is now the holy grail of UI. Also curious now if you can pass in Niagara particles through UI. I believe so. I want to say yes, but I don't know where I've heard that. There's a particle color and position nodes. Last time you heard it can be done was only through the slate. That was like 7 years ago. You know if it all has the option now? I don't know. I can't imagine that there's no effects that can be played like at all in UI. I imagine you can play some effects. Slate is C++, by the way. That explains why I don't know what the slate is. I do duplicate this, and we modify this. This I'm going to remove the oh, it's here. Simulate physics off. And then I just need to grab you. Overlap. It's you now. Anything else I need? I think that's it. Oh, I need projectile movement tones. So I've copied it. It should be exactly the same. Spawn it, please. Why does it do that? mean, I could just delete this. I can just reuse the old one again. Removes everything. Why? Why? Hey, for more volunteer, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Try setting initial speed and projectile. I just wanted to. I mean, for my test, I just wanted it to just stay where it was. Like, I'd say initial speed like 100, without like 100, sure. But like, so I have it spawn, right? Why is it turning and then going? So all I'm doing is I have one projectile that has physics on it, which is the one that kind of flies out, and another another blueprint that is a projectile one. And all I wanted it jumped up this way, so then... Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. I just figured it out. No, it is because the projectile forces it to be... to face towards the direction of velocity, but the spawning like effect that spawns it doesn't. It was moving up, so it snaps up. That's why. How do I get around that? Is there a simple node? Yeah, so I want it to face velocity now. The spawn already matches, because I just tell it to spawn match. I just need the original one to match velocity now. There's a checkbox for that? On what? Wait. Checkbox for what? No. On the projectile movement, yes. But the original one doesn't have that. So this one, the one that just threw it up, yeah, that one doesn't have it. Yeah, this is the one that... This right here is projectile movement. The one where it bounces up, boop, right, where it pops up, that doesn't have projectile movement because it's a physics asset. And because it's a physics asset, it can't have projectile movement because you can't work with simulated physics. Because it's stupid. So I need it to follow the simulate physics velocity. Base object totals. Yeah, because here, oops, here I have rotation follow velocity. That's easy. I don't want to do it like on tick or anything, which is the problem. What am I using this for? So originally I had it for spawning orbs for XP. And then it was a homing thing, but then I realized I don't need homing anymore. So technically speaking, I could keep it as a physics thing. I just needed to always face towards. Well, it's basically I'm shooting rockets from the back, having them target something. Or not even target something, just face towards a location and then just shoot at it. So I might still use homing, might not. We'll see. Yeah, I was trying to figure out if there's a better way than doing tick/timers. Like if there's a node or something that does it. I could do rotation from X. Let's just test it. Set actor rotation. Get actor. No. Velocity. Make rot from X. It is following now. It is following it. Let's turn off the initial speed here. Let's turn on homing 20,000, and also I'm setting through the owner. Set homing target component. Get owner. Get okay, that does it. It snaps. What else? I mean, that's because I'll need to mess with things, but I mean, it's good enough. The one thing that I want to figure out how to do if I used homing is how do I make it not rotate as much? I want it to follow me, but not that well. And without reducing the speed, too. Because I can reduce the speed, and then it follows me worse because it's slower. I mean, I guess that's fine. I guess, yeah. As long as I keep it somewhat... It is worse. It's not controllably worse. Okay, let's just do an age. Lifespan. Let's say 3 seconds just for the testing. Could you turn off rotation follows movement and maybe use fine lockout rotation and then I could do that. The problem with that would be that it will start moving and not rotated towards there. So there's downsides to it basically, right? Because it would start moving potentially sideways as it tries to like orientate. But this is kind of what I would want. Or if you... Where it does not rotate in time. I can tweak with the values. Yeah. The only thing I don't like is this little snap here, right? At origin, right? As it. But I think the way to get around that. I think the way to get around that will be to, before I transition over to homing, it will do the rotation in air, not moving, because I'll need to basically turn off physics, set gravity to 0, have it rotate. It's gonna be a whole thing. It's gonna be a whole thing. Is this a sharp turning when other particles collide with it? Yeah, we'll need to adjust that, of course. If you rotate the entire actor, it wouldn't. The projectile movement follows forward vector of actor. Yes, that's what I'm going to be doing. So what I'm going to do, basically, because this is the goal. The goal with it is going to be, if this is, let's say, the boss, the rockets spawn from the back. Let's say like in all directions. And then they're going to hover here. Right? And then they will face the player. And then one at a time, they will shoot at the player. So maybe I'll drop the whole bounce up and make it physics, and we can just, because then I can control exactly where they go. Because maybe I'll just put it all on spring arms, and then I can just control them going out, and then I can tell it be exactly like in a fan. In which case, I'll know exactly which rocket is where as well. Because right now my method is random, so it means I can get a bunch here and like one here, and they might go through each other. But I'd want an arc, so maybe the method I'm doing just isn't good. The boss isn't new, but the rework will be. We're working on Steel Claw. This guy. We're working on this lovely chap. Our bear in a humanoid mech suit. And the cyborg bear. What does he do? That's what we've been designing today. So he is going to do melee jump attacks. He's going to spawn projectiles, rockets from his back that's going to home on you after a moment, like one after the other. He's going to shoot a small laser. He's going to also have a jet and like a jet from his back that is going to propel him towards you. And he'll home on you too. And that's the hope. And then I don't know if you can make a character homing. We'll figure something out. And then the only way to stop him will be to do a attack on him and before he hits you. There's also the big laser that goes 360 around that follows the player. And there's going to be another laser comes from the sky at the very end. That on top of everything else. So there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot. But yeah, now that I think about it, the way I'm doing it probably isn't. I wanted to reuse the XP thing, but I think reusing it is the problem, and the whole physics part is the problem. Because I want these at specific locations. So what I'll probably end up doing to make my life easier, because I'll specify the locations either with seed components or something else, and I will have them spawn in and scale up. So they'll come from, they'll just appear like, and then they will always be facing towards the player, all of them. And then when they fire the homing thing, it will automatically be already facing towards the player. That's the simple solution. It'll allow me to put them where I want, which is gonna be in a big arc around the boss. Yeah. Does it only fire missiles vertically? No, it'll do homing. So it'll shoot towards you. This is not firing. This is where the missiles will be. This is looking forward towards you. If this was you staring at the boss, this will be around him. Like all facing towards you. And I think that'll be cool. Yeah, he's not shooting them up. I was going to have them appear from behind him and shoot out, but the other problem with it is I'll need to do the scale thing anyway because it's a sprite. I can't hide them like within his body. So I think that's going to be the trickery to it. So yeah, which is fine. Which means this whole thing isn't going to be a thing. Just on a stream title, you've actually never had a T-bone steak or any of those thick ones? I mean, I don't know. I probably have had T-bone steaks. I don't. What do you think about them? I more meant like, do you like your steak medium rare and sunny side up? That's what I didn't say. Like, what cut of steak do you like? Just how do you like it? Medium rare? Medium? Are you a monster and say well done? I mean, if you want to get banned, I guess you can't say that. But, you know. In spawn actor node in PCG, can you use an array of actors? You can use an array and have it choose a random thing from an array. But like if you use data assets or data tables or anything like that, it basically picks a random one. So yes, you can choose a random one from an array and it'll assign it and it'll spawn a random one. Well done for sure. You hate bleeding raw meat. It's not blood. God damn it. Are we gonna have to take your guts out back and do what Doug does? Do you know what I mean? Is that different for each point or for that spawn? Or it's different for each point. Not for the spawn. Unless you give it all the same seed, in which case it will be for the spawn if you randomize the seed. It depends how you set it up. But by default, it'll be by every point. Anyway. We got a plan! We got a plan for Steel Claw. Yay! And tomorrow we're gonna execute on that plan. Now that I know how I want the rockets to work, by rockets I mean missiles, we're gonna spawn them around him in a nice arc, and that way I can also then I can then also fire them in order, which is gonna look nicer. The only thing that'll actually I was gonna say the only thing that'll be weird is as he rotates, the rockets would snap because it'll be relative to him, but no, it won't be relative to him. I'll make it object space, and he will not move during that effect. So it'll be fine. I think. We'll figure it out. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Final boss that we have so far, rework, starts tomorrow, or really starts tomorrow. It was more like planning. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be the last one, and then we move on to something else. And I already know what I need to move on to, so should be good. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye bye.